Grow A Garden released the new prehistoric update to the game, which adds a lot of new content, including mutations, which seems to be a lot of new mutations every week. And these videos are just going to keep getting longer and crazier with all these new mutations coming out. Now, again, I don't have access to any of the content creator perks, so Brighter will not be helping me with this video as we try to get every mutation on the Burning Bud seed. I would do the Bone Blossom, but currently you have to do a week-long worth of quests in order to do the Bone Blossom. But anyways, we'll be starting with the Burning Bud seed today, so I'm gonna go ahead and of course get my sprinklers ready, and hopefully we can get this thing looking pretty good without any of the admin help today. So let's go ahead and put all of our sprinklers down as we normally do here. And with those in, we're gonna put the Burning Bud seed down and go ahead and spawn our mooncats in. All right, so our army of mooncats are ready, and now we just got to watering can this thing to make sure it grows to its full size, and hopefully we can get a pretty big bud on it. Oh, here it comes. All right, 81%. We're getting there. We're so close. All right, the Burning Bud is now grown in. Look at this thing. So it should sprout a big flower at the top, but we'll just have to wait for our mooncats to make some progress to start growing that flower at the top. All right, we have sign of life of our Burning Bud growing in. I don't know what the size is going to be, and I don't know what the biggest size is for these things. Let's go ahead and bring over our main account to purchase the Grow All, and let's see what kind of bud we get at the top of this. All right, it's in. Oh my gosh. That is pretty big. I think we're good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and let's pick up these mooncats right away and get our queen bee ready. And then we're also going to spawn in a butterfly. So that way the queen bee can cool the butterfly down so we get rainbow on this thing. You guys know the deal by now. We're going to get our spray mutation. So I'm going to put pollinated on this, shock, chocolate. Let's get honey glazed. And then my main account is going to apply the sprayed mutation. So that way we now have 5 mutations on this thing. So the butterfly can turn it into rainbow. And then we'll get all those mutations back on it and then start collecting all of the event mutations, which there are some new events in the game. There is now a sandstorm that can give you the sandy mutation. And apparently there's some secret new events or weathers in the game as well. But I don't know exactly what those are. I'm assuming they might just be the admin ones, like the meteoric and the volcano and black hole, and maybe they're actually just in the game now. I don't really know. But anyways, I'm gonna wait for this thing to get rainbow, and then we're gonna continue and get some mutations on it and get this thing looking expensive. Bro, help! The raccoon is bullying me. He just slammed my head with the burning bud. All right, so after that raccoon slammed me in the head with the burning bud, it's time for the queen bee to cool down our butterfly. So let's see that happen. All right, now the butterfly will apply rainbow to our burning bud, and while it does that, I'm gonna get my spray mutations ready. There we go. We now have a rainbow burning bud, so we're good to go. I'm gonna go ahead and put pollinated back onto this thing, chocolate, shocked. Let's get that honey sprinkler back onto it so we can get honey glazed again. And then the main account is going to apply chill to it, and it's going to apply the new amber mutation spray to it. And there we go. So now we have rainbow, shocked, chocolate, amber, honey glazed, pollinated, and chilled. The amber makes a big frozen box, just like the frozen effect does. It looks like we have like dusty clouds above us now. And we didn't actually have the burnt spray. You can no longer get the burnt spray. There's no event shop for that anymore at the moment, but we have quite a bit of mutations, so we're gonna go ahead and stack up on our pets now. So we're gonna spawn in some disco bees to hopefully get the disco mutation. Of course, we got our chicken zombies as well. We're gonna spawn in a sea turtle in hopes to get this thing wet so we'll turn frozen. We're also going to spawn in a hyacinth and a scarlet, and then finally we will spawn in a cooked owl so we can hopefully get this thing burnt. So now we're maxed out on all 8 pets, and so once one of these pets gets a mutation done, we'll replace it with one of the other pets so they have more in their army, and eventually we should get all of the pet mutations applied to this burning bud. Oh, our scarlet just applied verdant to our burning bud, which means if we do get a heat wave, we can get this to paradisal, and then we can add sun-dried on there. But all right, we have verdant done, so I'm gonna go ahead and replace this scarlet with, I guess, another sea turtle just so we can get this thing wet. Oh, and just like that, our sea turtle actually applied wet, so now this thing is frozen, and mixing with the amber, this thing is like spazzing out and hurting my eyes, but at least we have it frozen in amber now. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick up both sea turtles we have, and now we can focus on our other pets. So I guess I will add in another hyacinth to hopefully get this thing cloud touch, because I don't have the cloud touch spray, and we will add in another cooked owl to hopefully get this thing cooked or burnt. But overall, this is starting to take shape. Yo, the sandstorm is here. We have a chance to get sandy mutation. All right, get the sprinklers ready. I know it doesn't make sense, but sprinklers give us a higher chance for this. If we get sandy and somehow mix wet on it, which I don't know if we can get wet at this point since we already have it frozen. But if we were to get sandy and mix that with wet, we could get clay. And then if we mix clay with sun-dry, we can get ceramic, which is a pretty good boost in value. However, I don't know if we can get wet anymore, so at least we can just try to get sandy. And it's over. The sandstorm is over. We didn't get sandy. Oh, we have a windy event happening, so we can hopefully get windstruck. We're going to apply some more sprinklers to hopefully increase our chances for windstruck. And instantly, we just got windstruck. Oh, let's go. The disco bee applied disco to our burning bud. We finally got that one done. So we can go ahead and pick up our disco bees now. And I guess we'll increase the cooked owls and the chicken zombies by 1, just since those are a little bit more difficult to get their mutation since they're more rare. All right, our hyacinth finally just applied cloud touch to our burning bud, so that's another mutation down. We can go ahead and pick up these guys and add in another chicken zombie to the mix and another few cooked owls. And let's see. Oh, and our cooked owl just applied burnt to our burning bud as well. So now we also have a chance to get that to ceramic if we want to change that later. We're good. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up these cooked owls then, since we're good there. And we're going to leave our 5 chicken zombies that we have. Here's the other one. I was missing one. Okay. And now we have 5 chicken zombies. We're going to go ahead and put down a couple of these peacocks, so that way they can give these chicken zombies a little bit faster cooldowns. I would use the queen bees, but the problem with the queen bees is that usually one queen bee will cool down and then it will cool down the other queen bee, and then you don't really get any progress to your chicken zombies. We're going to use the peacocks instead to just kind of give a little bit of a faster cooldown every couple minutes, and with 3 of them, that should give a 3-minute shorter cooldown for these chicken zombies. So that'll be a little bit of a different play for right now. And I am going to go get some Chipotle and AFK for like 40 minutes, and hopefully something happens. All right, so I just got back home. Let's see if we got any mutations. You guys would know, but I don't know at the moment. Did we get anything new? All right, let's check. No. So actually, I'm going to go ahead and pick up these peacocks, and I am just going to try the queen bees, and hopefully they don't cool each other down. Okay, so I was sitting here eating my Chipotle, and then all of a sudden I got zombified from one of my zombies. So our burning bud officially contains every pet mutation now, so we can go ahead and pick all these guys up so they stop making sounds in our ears. And we are now officially up to 13 mutations on the burning bud, which is pretty good. Okay, so we just got a night event to happen, so we could possibly get moonlit on this thing. And to increase our chances, I actually did just get a night staff because the traveling merchant just showed up. Oh, I guess we don't need to use it actually, because we just got it naturally. I guess moonlit is pretty easy to get. All right, so we have another sandstorm coming through, so hopefully this time we can actually get the sandy mutation. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw some sprinklers on this, at least the sprinklers that will increase our chances for mutations here. All right, and now we just wait and hope that this thing becomes sandy. All right, we're gonna wait just a second and see if we can get anything. It's already looking pretty good, but I just want a few more, and it's over. That was a quick one, and no sandy. All right, so I was AFK for a second, and I just clipped it, but it looks like we got a heat wave to form, which gave us Paradisal, and it doesn't look like we got sun-dried back, though. So we only got Paradisal, but usually we get sun-dried, so I guess it just didn't get hit twice. So that's another event down, but I wish we could have gotten sun-dried to stack on it. After about 2.5 to 3 hours, which is normally how long I record these videos with all of the events that Brighter will queue up for us and the other ones, we've managed to get 14 mutations on this thing. I really wish we could have got the new Sandy mutation and then got that over to Ceramic or something, and also get Drenched and stuff. Oh, wait. Of course, right when we're ending, there's a sun god event happening, but this won't really help us in any way because this is not a sunflower. With no help today, 14 mutations is pretty good, and the burning bud is pretty big, so I'm assuming this will be worth a lot of money. So we're gonna go ahead and collect this, and here it is. It's actually very laggy when I pull it out. So without that, I have 160 FPS. When I pull this thing out, it drops down to 40. Let's like line up like right here so we can see what Steven's gonna give us. And let's go ahead and check the value of this thing. So how much is this giant burning bud worth, Steven? Okay, 13 billion is actually pretty good. Considering we didn't really have that many mutations on it that we normally get and all the admin mutations, 13 bill is a pretty good number, especially since this is a probably normal amount of mutations as any normal player would get. Let me know in the comments below how much you think this would have been if I actually got all the admin mutations like I normally get, and let me know if you think the burning bud is worth it. I'll see you guys in the next one.